In a few moments, we will have the opportunity to hear from our distinguished speaker, Walter Moore, a talented leader and great friend of Suffield. We will also hear from Shivang Junjun Nuwala, selected by his classmates to speak on behalf of the class of 2014. I know his insight on his classmates and the school will bring smiles to our faces. Before we proceed with this ceremony, I ask today's graduates to again reflect on the wonderful opportunity your parents have given you of attending Suffield. Your parents have sacrificed to make this day possible. They have shared in the joys of your successes and have consoled you in times of disappointment. I know they are very proud of you as you graduate today. Please rise and give a quick wave or shout out to your family, seniors. Thank you. Let us now turn to our ceremony. Honoring these seniors is why we are here. We will first present awards and prizes to the class of 2014. Daniel Tisch, Suffield alumnus, past parent, and president of the Board of Trustees, will help me award this year's prizes. Before we start, may I ask that you hold your applause until the student comes forward to receive the award. Also, those cited for honorable mention, please stand to be recognized. Thank you. Dan. The Emmett Kent English Prize honors the student who demonstrates the best written work in the course of the senior year. The Edward Manning Gallup English Prize honors the student who maintains the highest sustained average in English over the course of studies. And the Alumni Association History Prize recognizes a student who demonstrates sincere interest in history and consistent honors level work through preparation, insight, and thoroughness. The recipients have shown remarkable depth and talent in their writing and elevated the intellectual life of our community. With honorable mention to Nicole Matisiak, the Kent English Prize goes to Caroline Vianney, and the Manning Gallup English Prize and History Prize go to Julie Doughton. The Senior Science Award honors top science students in our graduating class. This year, the prize is shared by two young women that have displayed passion for science and great skill in this discipline. They show genuine curiosity and ask essential and insightful questions. The Senior Science Award goes to Haley Leishman and Jillian Haywood. The class of 1874 Mathematics Prize is given to outstanding mathematicians in the graduating class. 3 members of this year's class have taken the highest levels of math at Suffield and thoroughly excelled in this discipline. The 1874 Math Prize goes to Joe D'Amico, Julie Doughton, and Jillian Haywood. Way to go. The Ralph Hansen Economics Prize honors the best economics student based on the mastery of economic principles. This year's recipient has demonstrated consistent understanding and accurate application of all micro and macroeconomic concepts. He effectively connects theories and concepts to real-world situations. The Hansen Prize goes to Ben Cooper. The Collins Prize goes to students who have excelled in our philosophy and religion courses. It is awarded this year to a young woman who is a sensitive, deep thinker. She effectively expresses complicated ideas and genuinely loves learning. The Collins Prize goes to Beanie O'Shea. This year's recipient of the Computer Science Award demonstrated a broad and deep interest in all levels of the curriculum. He showed great determination through his independent project work involving real-world problems. In addition to his studies, he assisted our technology department in improving our school's infrastructure. For his commitment to the field and service to the school, this year's Computer Science Award goes to Ryan Malley. The Austin Language Prizes recognize our top students in Spanish, French, and Chinese. The Austin Chinese Prize goes to a young woman who has demonstrated excellent mastery of the Chinese language. Her comfort with reading, writing, and speaking Chinese goes well beyond the fundamentals, and her work embodies the very highest caliber. With honorable mention to Emily Hudson and Patrick Siripicorn, the Austin Chinese Prize goes to Sage Maggi. The Austin Spanish Prize is awarded to our top Spanish student. This year's winner has displayed consistent excellence and dedication to Spanish and to intellectual life in general. She's an outstanding scholar. The Spanish Prize goes to Julie Doughton. The Austin Prize in French is awarded to two young women who have demonstrated deep appreciation for French and commitment to mastering the language. With honorable mention to Marissa Satiamorn, the Austin French Prize goes to Nicole Matisiak and Henrietta Lingelum. The Francoise L. Waskowitz Award is given in memory of one of Suffield's great teachers. It is an endowed travel grant awarded to a student who, after 2 years of French to the 3rd level or beyond, has demonstrated outstanding effort, love of the French language and culture, and intellectual curiosity. This year's recipient is a dedicated scholar and a very talented young man with a great appreciation for learning. The Waskowitz Award goes to Philip Gialopsis. The arts are an important part of life at Suffield. We are proud of our vibrant arts programs and of the many accomplished artists on campus. The arts elevate the quality of life in our community, and today we honor several students who have made profound contributions. This year, the Jenice Severns Art Prize is given to two young women who have shown exceptional skill and dedication in visual arts. They brought inspiration and talent to our studio and school. Their creative skill and high level of output set a wonderful standard for visual artists at Suffield. With honorable mention to Caroline Malikas, the Severns Art Prize goes to Julie Doughton and Caroline Vianney. The Hinsdale Smith Photography Prize honors notable accomplishment in photography. This year, the Smith Prize goes to a young woman who has demonstrated genuine interest in film and digital photography and invested real energy in these pursuits. The photo prize goes to Michaela Martini. The Alan H. Fuller Prize in the Performing Arts is awarded to students making performing arts a major part of their lives at Suffield and enriching our community with their love of the theater. It is presented this year to 3 students. 2 have been star actors in several performances and brought joy to our community through their theatrical talents. The 3rd recipient has led sophisticated technical efforts and been vital to the success of our productions. The Fuller Prize is awarded to Harrison Moore, Jasmine Brooks, and Abigail Wong. The Bradford C. Gooch Music Award carries the name of a master teacher and musician now retired. The Gooch Award recognizes superior musical talent and dedication. 2 students who have excelled as artists during their 4-year experiences at Suffield share the prize this year. The Gooch Award goes to Roger Siver and Claire Guerrero. The Robinson Environmental Award was endowed by Jack Robinson, Suffield class of 1960, and is given to a Suffield senior with a passion for the environment. Jack has been a dedicated Suffield trustee for 31 years and is here with us today. I will ask him to join Mr. Tisch in presenting this prize. We have 2 recipients this year. The first was a leader of our environmental club, and the second volunteered to lead the Green Team Committee of our student council. They helped organize the Green Cup Challenge, Earth Day, and the New England Independent School Sustainability Conference held at Suffield this year. Their efforts raised our community's awareness on both local and global issues. The Robinson Environmental Award goes to Caroline Malikas and Anna Walker. This week's Kent Davis speaking competition was again a wonderful event for our community that reflected a great deal of talent and effort. The winner of the Davis Oratory Prize beautifully delivered Taylor Malley's The Impotence of Proofreading. And the winner of the Emmett Kent Public Speaking Prize spoke beautifully of losing her mom and resiliently progressing through life. The Davis Oratory Prize goes to Jenna Rubin, and the Kent Public Speaking Prize goes to Katerina Gazis. The Henry Thevenin Prize was endowed through generous gifts in memory of Henry's remarkable spirit and zest for life, and to honor a postgraduate who exudes sincere enthusiasm for Suffield and commitment to all aspects of community life. The prize is awarded to a postgraduate who displays genuine affection for our school and takes great advantage of the opportunities at Suffield. We have 2 recipients this year who have participated in a broad array of campus activities, displayed spirit in all endeavors, and taken full advantage of this important year in their lives. From academic success to athletic achievements to their roles in leading our men's vocal group, the Thevenin Prize goes to Jordan Williams and Jermaine Fraser Phillips. The class of 1999 Unsung Hero Award for Athletics was endowed in memory of Christopher Knight. Chris embodied the word unsung. He was a low-key young man and very reluctant to seek the spotlight. His classmates created this award to recognize Suffield student athletes who show commitment, perseverance, and great pride in the school. Jim Knight, Chris's father and a 1973 Suffield graduate, will join Mr. Tisch in presenting this prize. This year's winners displayed genuine commitment, excellent sportsmanship, and sincere enthusiasm that positively impacted everyone around them. They made significant impacts on their teams and their teammates. The award goes to Zach McCormick, Katarina Gazis, and Stevie Egan. Hi, Jimmy. The next award honors the career and model of George Prevert. George gave 35 years of dedicated service to Suffield. He personified high standards and relentless effort, always accomplished in a modest, humble way. The award recognizes students who, in an unsung way, contribute significantly to campus life. The winner must have shown selfless devotion to our community in the style of George Prevert. This year, the Prevert Award goes to two students who have shown deep dedication to Suffield and their peers. They have made broad, important contributions in the modest and humble fashion this award calls for. The Prevert Award goes to Brianna Matthews and Marissa Satia-Morin. Close friends of the Regan family endowed the Parker Regan Prize last year in memory of Parker. This prize is awarded to a graduating senior who has shown sustained, transformative growth intellectually, emotionally, and personally during their years as a Suffield student. It is intended to honor Suffield's emphasis on distance traveled. This year's recipients joined us as ninth graders, and their steady progress, both academically and personally, has been very impressive to watch. One has developed into a much more outgoing and articulate young man through close attention and support that he received here. The second has shown levels of persistence and grit that earn wide admiration and respect. The Parker Regan Prize goes to Matt Powers and Charlotte Henricks. The Headmaster's Prize honors special attainments not otherwise recognized in these proceedings. This year they are awarded to a group of young women and a young man whose spirit and genuine affection for Suffield have enhanced our community. For 4 years, they have proudly represented the school and embraced all of the aspects that make Suffield special. We are pleased to recognize John O'Nelson, Emily Ferguson, Christy Arnold, Neelam Matani, and Izzy Thompson. The next series of prizes honor overall excellence in thorough contributions to school life. The first, the Class of 1947 Extra Class Achievement Prize, recognizes a student who has been a consistent contributor to the community with particular attention to life outside of the classroom. The prize is awarded this year to a young man who has exuded great spirit and a genuine sense of humor. Sam loves Suffield. He has made broad contributions to the school, and he's a worthy recipient of this prize. The extra class prize goes to Sam Feldman. The George A. Butler Cup for Athletics is awarded to the most deserving athletes in the senior class. Our recipients must have distinguished themselves through their commitment, excellence on the field, leadership, and above all, sportsmanship. The Butler Cup for Girls goes to a young woman who has excelled in our skiing, soccer, and lacrosse programs. She is a skilled, tenacious athlete who has earned all New England honors and is a two-time New England champion ski racer. The Butler Cup for Girls goes to Beanie O'Shea. The Butler Cup for Boys goes to a young man who has shown elite level skill in football, basketball, and track. He is the two-time New England Prep School Football Player of the Year, and he earned a full scholarship to play Division I football at University of Connecticut. He is a great athlete and an outstanding young man. Bryce McAllister is this year's recipient of the Butler Cup. The next award is endowed in honor of Gordy Glover, a member of the Suffield faculty for 44 years. The Gordon G. Glover Award honors the top scholar in the senior class. Scholarship should be understood here as rigorous inquiry and demonstrated curiosity matched by impeccable work habits. The main emphasis is placed on the willingness to wrestle with ideas and take intellectual risks in all disciplines. This year's recipient demonstrated remarkable delight in learning and has elevated the quality of academic life at Suffield. The Glover Award goes to Caroline Vianney. The H. Mead Alcorn Jr. Award for Scholarship in Athletics goes to a young woman who has thrived in our academic program and in athletics. She has been an honors student and leader of our cross-country, swimming, and lacrosse teams. Her teachers and coaches speak to her intense dedication, her humility and persistence, and her excellence as a scholar athlete. The Alcorn Prize goes to Jillian Haywood. The Courtney Robinson Spirit Cup is given in memory of Courtney Robinson, class of 1988. Courtney brought intense effort and great spirit to everything she touched. The prize is given annually to the member of the senior class who has demonstrated outstanding commitment to team sports. It honors team play and positive spirit. I will ask my wife, Hillary Cann, who was a classmate, teammate, and very close friend of Courtney, to help make the presentation of the Robinson Spirit Cup. This year, the award goes to a young woman whose spirit and support of her teammates have greatly enhanced our field hockey, basketball, and track programs. She proudly represented Suffield with great passion and class. The Robinson Spirit Cup goes to Jasmine Brooks. The William Bradford Bates Scholarship and Activities Prize is shared this year by two young women who have made remarkably broad contributions to our school, from academic leadership to accomplishments in athletics, the arts, and the moral sphere. They are widely respected by their peers and our faculty. Beanie O'Shea and Nicole Matisiak are this year's recipients of the Bates Prize. All right, we're on the home stretch here. The Appleton Severns Award is given in honor of Suffield's 19th headmaster, a legendary figure in our history. It is awarded to the senior who best shows a sense of pride and loyalty to Suffield, spiced by a keen sense of humor. This year's recipient has shown remarkable enthusiasm in all aspects of school life. From the moment he set foot on campus for his admissions tour, he was steadfast in his desire to be part of this community. And he has made Suffield a better place through his kindness, positive attitude, and genuine sense of humor. The App Severns Award goes to Shivang Junjun Nuala. Before we hand out our highest awards at this commencement, the Suffield diplomas, we have one final student prize and 3 faculty awards. The faculty award for citizenship and service to Suffield is given to a student who displays excellent citizenship and consistently strong effort. This year it goes to a young woman who has shown focus, talent, and sincere efforts in all parts of school life, from leading our student council to planning campus events to serving as a dorm proctor, team captain, and intellectual leader. The faculty award goes to Denny Smythe. Now I want to turn to 3 faculty prizes. The Elijah Benjamin Andrews Award is named in honor of a former Suffield headmaster who went on to become a distinguished president of Brown University. The Andrews Award recognizes a faculty member who has made a unique contribution to student development, both in the classroom and outside, especially outside the classroom. The recipient must exhibit a special impact as mentor and advisor to Suffield students. The Andrews Award this year goes to a member of our faculty whose efforts and passion have led to significant achievements in the arts. We've seen great talent and commitment unfold due in large measure to the support and guidance of this year's recipient. Tom has done an excellent job leading our theater program, and along with Patrick Booth, has been a dedicated and successful senior class advisor. The Andrews Award goes to Tom Dugan. The Prevert Kinney Coaching Prize recognizes the coaching excellence of George Prevert and Dennis Kinney, 2 legendary faculty members in Suffield history. The award recognizes great coaching, the ability to inspire and effectively lead student athletes, a passion for athletics, and enthusiasm for Suffield. I will ask Drew Gamir and Wayne Patterson, our directors of athletics, to make this presentation with Dan Tisch. This year's recipient has shown noteworthy dedication to his coaching and to helping mentor both coaches and athletes. He blends high standards and encouragement and has had a distinguished career as a coach of basketball, football, and lacrosse. He led our men's varsity basketball team for 2 decades, served as our athletic director for 9 years, and now coaches junior varsity basketball and varsity lacrosse with passion, skill, and heart. For his dedication to Suffield and inspiration in coaching, the Prevert Kinney Prize goes to Dave Godin. Finally, the Richter Teaching Award is named for one of Suffield's great citizens, Donald Richter, who was a longtime trustee and president of the board. The Richter Award honors excellence in teaching at Suffield Academy. The recipient must have the power to communicate and influence, mastery of subject matter, and creativity in involving students in their own learning. I will ask Sarah Yeager, Academic Dean, to make the presentation. This year's recipient invests herself deeply in her craft and in each student she instructs. She has responded to new challenges and our range of students in ways that have reflected a genuine commitment to professional growth and development. The Richter Teaching Award goes to Allison Henley. Congratulations to all of this year's prize recipients. Now, please stand and join us in singing America the Beautiful. It's now my privilege to introduce this year's commencement speaker, Walter Moore. Walter has had a distinguished career focused most closely on healthcare and government affairs. He currently serves as Vice President of Federal Affairs of the American Chemistry Council. He shapes and guides the association's federal legislative priorities. Prior to joining ACC, Walter was Senior Director and then Vice President of Government Affairs of Genentech, a global leader in the field of biotechnology. He was responsible for all of the company's government and public affairs positions. He also has held positions at Eli Lilly as Manager of Government Relations and Pfizer as Director of Congressional Relations. In addition to these corporate roles, Walter has significant political experience with the American Hospital Association, the Federal Election Commission, and the office of Senator Lloyd Bentsen. Walter grew up in Texas, did his undergraduate work at Princeton University, and earned a master's in public administration from University of Texas. He has a fascinating life story, and I hope he shares parts of it with us today. On a more personal level, Walter is a close friend of Suffield Academy. He and his wife, Pat, who serves as a Suffield trustee, have had two sons here, Todd in the class of 2009 and Harrison in this year's graduating class. Walter and Pat are deeply supportive of the values of our school. Please join me in welcoming Walter Moore as our 2014 commencement speaker.
Good morning. What a wonderful day for our graduates and for Suffield Academy. Thank you, Charlie Can and Dan Tisch, for inviting me here. And Harrison, there you are. Thank you for letting me horn in on your big day. Thanks to all you graduates for allowing me to share in your celebration. I first came to Suffield 9 years ago on Revisit Day in 2005. After visiting some other schools with our son Todd, we came to Suffield. which I then saw as an afterthought, a box we had to just check. To my surprise, what I found was a dynamic young man leading a school that had a strategy to motivate and challenge students and community. The strategy of a nurturing culture and rigorous academic standards are at the heart of this school. I knew that day that Todd would choose Suffield. It was a day that changed the plans of everyone in our family. My first two thoughts after meeting Charlie were, who is that guy and how can I hire him? The second thought was, what can I do with him once I hired him? Well, we didn't hire Charlie, even though I had an opening. And thankfully, he remains at Suffield today. But you should know that later my staff reported they'd found a wonderful young woman to work for us in Florida and the South, and she turned out to be Charlie's sister. Coincidence? I don't think so. Suffield has flourished under the leadership of Charlie Cann and Dan Tisch. The physical plant has never been better. Just look right over there. And plans are again in motion. At times, I believe it's the perpetual state at Suffield. The quality of the students and the faculty can be seen in the many accomplishments of the class of 2014. You have raised over $60,000 for Hearts of the Father in Ghana, received 3 presidential scholarships, include a National Merit Finalist and a National Achievement Program Outstanding Participant, won at least 3 Halo Awards with another 17 nominations, 4 Connecticut Championships in riflery, 2 New England Championships in skiing, and 3 Super Bowl wins. You'll attend 81 colleges and universities. Here's to you. Congratulations. While it may not seem like it to you, you have been at Suffield for a short time, but its impact will last. The rigorous training in academics, athletics, and the arts may create memories, but the relationships and friendships you have made here are what you'll really remember. While your work here has led to accomplishments of which you are proud, it is the friendship and mentorships of others here that will be Suffield's lasting legacy. When I was your age, at 18, a million years ago, Harrison, right? I was a senior in high school, and I learned an unexpected lesson that has served me well in every aspect of my life. Until the winter of my senior year, I had a series of goals and a plan that had been in place since before I started elementary school. It came with definition and certainty. It gave me focus and discipline. It was part of my identity. It revolved around football. Like just about every boy in Texas, I wanted to win the Texas State Championship and go on to play for the University of Texas. You got it. To be a Longhorn, well, that's the pinnacle. You know what? I played for a really good team. The Lee Volunteers of San Antonio were well known throughout the state, and we won a lot. In the fall of my senior year, we won all of our games. We won the district championship. We won 4 playoff games, and we were in the state championships. We were in Waco, Texas, with my best friend Greg, my teammates, coaches, family and friends in the stands, 25,000 people out there. It was right there. My goal was in hand. But we lost. We lost the championship game, and then I was doubly disappointed weeks later when I found out that I was not good enough to play for the University of Texas. I was doubly disappointed when my best friend Greg was offered a scholarship. I was 18, and my life goals were a shambles. But I had a backup plan. I was a good student and did well in high school. Okay, I'll admit it. My mother was a math teacher, and she wouldn't put up with me not making good grades. In science, we did well. They had to invent a new science class my senior year because by the end of junior year, we'd taken all the science my high school offered. After football season, I attended a college fair and met Ted McAllister. He was a Princeton alumnus and urged me to apply. He noted a few students from my school got in from time to time. Well, I got in. I applied to one school, got in, and the Princeton coach came to see me and asked me to play football at Princeton. Long story short, I played for a short time, got hurt, and that was the true end of my football career. But the beginning of a new path for me in my life that I never would have imagined before. My horizon widened from a kid who had left Texas only a handful of times to a person who saw that there were a myriad of opportunities out in this world. I was able to work in politics at a national level, in Congress and even the White House. It has been literally a front row seat to history, but none of it was my original plan. Later, I worked for a company whose products rewrote the medical textbooks through groundbreaking research in biotechnology. Not many kids from South Texas with no money and no connections have had the opportunities that I have, and I've savored them. But none of them were in my original plan. They all happened because I had a backup plan and was open to unexpected opportunities that found their way to me. I've learned some lessons along the way, and they're simple but important. First, pursue your goals and your plan. Work hard to achieve them. Plan for a career, and most important, have a backup plan. Know that in your pursuit, chance may present itself in the form of the unexpected or the form of your backup plan. It is your passion and drive that will serve in either circumstance. Know that you can fail, and the effort will give you knowledge to work when the next chance comes. And here's the dirty little secret. Failure is a much better teacher than success. Second, study the culture of your environment. All institutions and communities have a unique culture. Good ones recognize that and work to make it a virtuous cycle. Suffield is an institution that holds to a rigorous standard, but is complemented by a nurturing environment. The culture affects you and informs you. Look for it in groups and find out what works best for you. Because at some point, you're going to be asked to lead a group and set the model for its culture. The more you notice it and are curious about its origin, the better you will be able to shape it and secure your place in it. Third, get to know yourself. Ask your family and your friends what talents and deficits they see in you. What are your strengths and your weaknesses? Reflect on skills you have and those you need to acquire to get where you want to go. When you know yourself, it's much easier to navigate through the times when you'll need to be critical of other people. Not only cite a problem, but recommend a solution when you have to be critical. An organization will hear the recommendation and follow through. I have an ironclad rule. If you criticize a process, organization, or person, recommend an alternative and listen carefully for new information. That information may change your calculation and solution. Finally, have a personal life. Be a friend to others as you would wish a friend is to you. This is hard sometimes. Also, find love. I did. This one will hurt you a lot before you get it right. Trust me, heartbreak is bad. Took a long time and lots of heartbreak, but I learned that the day I found Todd and Harrison's mother, Pat. I found my life is a series of short tenures in schools, jobs, and relationships with a collection of lifetime friends. Nourish the friends and friendships you've made here so they too can last a lifetime. Remember my best friend Greg I talked about earlier? Well, we've been close friends now for 55 years, and he is still on my speed dial of my phone. We've gone from learning to ride a bike together to his grandkids. I don't have any yet. No pressure back there. You here at Suffield, you've made friends that can last a lifetime for you. So make a plan, have a backup, get to know yourself through friends and family, ask a lot of questions when making a decision about where and what you want to do. And when you're critical, offer a recommendation and then listen closely. Cherish the people around you. Long after the studying, athletics, and work is over, the people are what you'll remember. And one final thought. As you leave Suffield, look around you at the people you've come to know. Faculty, students, and staff have worked with and around you, and you've surely learned from them. Thank them now, for you may need them later, and you'll want them to remember you fondly. They are part of Suffield that can never leave you. Congratulations on your graduation.
Will you now all please stand and join me in singing our alma mater? You're ready, guys. You practiced. We're ready. To fair Suffield, your name so dear, we will praise in song and cheer. Through endless days we'll sing your praise, so all the world can hear. And when our days at school are over, in classroom and on field, heart, there'll be a spark for friendships formed at old Suffield. Woo! We come finally to the awarding of the Suffield diplomas. I will call on Tom Dugan and Patrick Booth, advisors to the class of 2014, to present the candidates.
Christine Suzanne Arnold. Ricardo Alfredo Ball V. Kevin James Berry. Daniel Irving Ozer Burchuk. Sarah Joy Boardman. Dina Rose Balella. Nicholas Norman Booth. Jasmine Rose Brooks. Michael Tyler Burgess. Dory Lynn Butcher. Eugene Samuel Kavanaugh. So-Yoon Chang. Alan Yen Chen. Patrick Edward Collins. Benjamin David Cooper. Kevin Richard Canoyer. Chase Henry Crean. Alex Cruz. Richard John Curry. Joseph Michael D'Amico. Brittany Leah Deolio. Peter P. Derby. Brendan Scott Donahue. Hannah Moffey Donnelly. Julie Catherine Doughton. Robert Stewart Douglas. Stephanie McEwen Egan. Alexandra Sewell Fabricant. Brandon Jeffrey Feinberg. Samuel Ballerin Feldman. Emily Paige Ferguson. Colleen Aaron Flynn. Jack Henry Frank. Jermaine Anthony Frazier Phillips. Slater James Fuchs. Katarina Elena Gazis. Philip George Gialopsis. Andrew Henschel Glennon. Claire Gomez Guerrero. Jared Charles Harper. Jillian Lee Haywood. Joshua David Hillman. Charlotte Anthony Hinrichs. Jung Ho Hong. Sarah Lee Emily Hudson. Thomas Joseph Ianello. Shivang June Junawala. Ariana Elizabeth Katsoulis. Hannah Paige Katz. Molly Esther Kaufman. Nathaniel Edward Keys. Andre Koo Jr. Gerasimos Katufis.
Camille Kushut Larson. Haley Catherine Leishman. Amanda Louise Leonard. Anne Ling. Henrietta Liglum. Ashley Rose Lombardo. Michael Charles Luisi. Ayaturu Maida. Sage Marie Maggi. Neelam Matani. Chad Shamar Malcolm. Ryan Edward Malley. Amanda Ray Mancuso. Griffin Charles Manos. Michaela Jana Rose Martini. Nicholas John Matera. Brianna Simone Matthews. Nicole Matishak. Antonio David Mayol. Bryce Delanor McAllister. Zachary James McCormick. Caroline Jane Malikas. Samuel McGrath Merrick. Julia Lauren Miller. Charles Jeffrey Moore. William Harrison Korf Moore. Skylar Ann Murray. Robert Francis Navarro. Jonathan Bartlett Nelson. Jacqueline Ann Nicoletti. Benjamin Michael Niles. Spencer John O'Brien. Eileen Ann O'Shea. Annie Lee Osecki. Antonia Pacheco. Matthew Van Powers. James Patrick Quinn. Jenna Marie Rubin. Alexis Page Saris. Yossi Dror Sella. James Duncan Boys Semple. Mark Michael Ryan Alexander Shalanskis. Piricorn Siripicorn. Marissa Ellen Satiamorn. Roger Thomas Siver. Ingborg Sophie Skogen. Emma Caroline Skafterud Nielsen. Dennison Marie Smythe. Ross Woodward Smythe II. Neil Martin Spazzarini. Charles Simeon Steele. Michael Frederick Stern. Isabel India Thompson. Izara Catalin Alegrado Ugarte. Caroline Anders Vianney. Brian Austin Vieira. Anna Elizabeth Walker. Abigail Ann Wong. Chapman Lang Webb. Donald Thomas Wheeler. Daniel Linsetmo Visa. Jordan David Williams. Taiki Lily Joe.
Congratulations to you all. We're very proud of you. Welcome as Suffield alumni. At this time, I would like to call on Shivang, who will address you on behalf of the class of 2014. Shivang is a four-year senior from Hong Kong. He's a four-year senior from Hong Kong, and as I noted earlier, he's a very engaging, spirited young man. Shaban.
Thank you, Mr. Ken, for that warm introduction. Can everybody hear me? Can everybody see me? All right. Good morning, faculty, guests, family, and most importantly, the class of 2014. To be honest, I was pretty surprised when I heard I was chosen to speak at this year's commencement. I knew that writing a speech was going to be an exciting process, but there were a few situations that were rather befuddling. For example, a meeting with Mr. Ken. He got me so confused he had my head tied in a pretzel. However, he did buy me a smoothie afterwards, so he's pretty cool. After writing about 10 bad ideas, I finally realized what I would like to share with all of you here today. In my 4 years here at Suffield, I have gotten a good education, and about half of that education was outside the classroom. By this, I mean learning how to deal with people and how to construct relationships. When I first started boarding school 8 years ago, I thought I would never fit in with anyone. I honestly thought people would judge me. Like seriously, I was some little Indian kid from Hong Kong who didn't play sports and had no special talents. I thought I was going to be the biggest outcast. When I first came to Suffield, even though I had already been at junior boarding school for 4 years, I was both nervous and excited. I wasn't a little kid anymore. I mean, I was on the smaller side, but I had matured. I was going to high school, and I had the opportunity approaching to meet hundreds of new people. On my first day, I made it a priority to go up to kids in my dorm and introduce myself. I must say, some of these didn't go so well. For example, I knocked on Sam Feldman's door, walked in, and tried to start a conversation with him. He didn't seem that excited to meet me. I didn't really understand why at the time, but after a while, I realized it was probably because all he was wearing was a towel. However, this did lead to a good conversation starter 3 hours later. At least I thought it was. As the year progressed, I made a good group of friends, but still didn't know that many people well. For example, Chapman Webb and I both lived in Hornick dorm, but we didn't really talk to each other. When sophomore year rolled around, Chapman and I both lived in the smallest dorm, Brewster, and we saw each other constantly. I went from thinking of him as some weirdo from Mississippi to thinking of him as my best friend in the whole world in a matter of weeks. The bond between Chapman and me really made me realize that relationships don't need to be made on the first day of school or even the first year. In addition to these easy relationships, I also had some challenging ones too. In the beginning of my sophomore year, I met my friend Antonio Mayol. Our very first interaction together was on the squash court. This guy is so competitive. He always kept going. It sounds a little common, doesn't it? Two good friends trying to beat each other for bragging rights or whatever it may be. That's exactly what Antonio and I did for each other. Because we were so competitive, we were able to help each other improve. This reminds me of one of my favorite quotations by a famous race car driver by the name of Niki Lauda. A wise man gets more from his enemies than a fool does from his friends. Not saying that Antonio and I were enemies, but we were certainly rivals in a number of different things, especially sports. With this rivalry, we were both able to benefit. Also, during my sophomore year, I joined Mrs. Warren's advisory group. She had been a huge help to me my first year on campus, so it seemed like a good idea. What I didn't think about at first was that I would be the only guy in the group. When I realized this, I was worried that I would be seen as an outsider, or as the person invading their girl group activities. And in fact, while the girls enjoyed mani-pedi outings, I felt like I had done just that. However, Miss Warren made sure that no matter what the occasion was, I always felt included, and most importantly, loved. What I learned from Mrs. Warren was how important it is to take in an outsider and make him feel like he is one of your own. Also, I learned that guys can get manicure pedicures, and I'll let you wonder whether I got one or not. So, in my junior year, I got to interact with Mrs. Savatelli, or as we like to call her here on campus, Selve. She was my college counselor. In our first college meeting, she said, "Shivang, where do you want to go to college?" I said with a big smile on my face, "Well, Selby, I want to play squash for Harvard." She then responded saying, "Oh, haha, great, great, great." Really, in her mind, I knew she was saying, "All right, seriously, this boy needs a wake-up call." When she realized I was joking, she helped me sift through all the choices to find my dream school. She made me a realist in the best way possible. One thing I learned from Selby was to always hope for the best, but don't always expect it. Especially in something as unpredictable as the college process. Selby always kept it real with me. She would never let me live in a dream world and give me false hope. She was always honest with me. Even when I had an unorthodox idea about the college process, she supported me through to the end. Finally, my senior year, I decided to do cross country. I could have done nothing and taken my season off, but instead, for some strange reason, I decided to run upwards of 5 miles every day. I honestly don't know what's going through my head. Within a few days of meeting my coach, Mr. Root, I said to myself, all right, seriously, this guy needs to take a chill pill. He made me work so hard, way past my limits, and it was still not good enough for him. This made me not like him at all. I honestly thought this guy was the worst. However, on the bus to an away cross-country meet, I heard him humming one of my favorite songs. So I asked him, "Do you like Fatboy Slim?" I knew I would have to give this guy a second chance when I learned that we both love the same music. Today, Mr. Root is one of the people who I connect very closely with, both about music and also about running. In the short time that I have known him, he has been a mentor to me as well as a role model. When I finally got the courage to ask him why he went so hard on me during the season, he told me to look around, so I did. I was like, "What are you talking about?" He responded saying, No, Shivang, look around at the others. I'm not just pushing you, I'm pushing everyone. All this for your own benefit. I was like, cliche, but all right, it works for me. My relationship with Mr. Root showed me to stop taking things so personally. Also, there are more important things than just what I think. These are some examples of the relationships I have been lucky to build here. I know that I'm not the only person that has made important relationships. I would like all of you to think back on some of the relationships you have made in your time here. Why are these bonds so important to us? At the end of our Suffield career, whether it was 4-3-2 or even just 1 year long, these relationships have had a huge impact on our time here and are now central to our identity. They have taught us the difference between wrong and right. They have taught us what is important, how to treat others, and why we should keep an open mind about people, even some as strange as Chapman. You never know how important people will be to you later. We have all been lucky to bond with a certain group of people. The friends who are sitting with you here today have seen you at your best and at your worst. You've been through everything together, and you can still call each other friends. These are what real friends are. So I urge you to stay in close touch with each other. Well, let's try that again. With each other as the years go by. So while we get ready to leave here today with our beautiful diplomas, let's not forget what we are also leaving with, an extended family. Let's remember what the famous TV show Entourage has showed us. Life changes. Friends don't. Thank you.
Thank you, Shivang. Before I bring this event to closure, I want to recognize a remarkable milestone. 2014 marks Dave Rockwell's 50th year as a member of the Suffield faculty. Rocky is a Suffield alum, class of 1958, and 50 years ago, he eagerly jumped on an offer from Headmaster App Severns to join the Suffield faculty. Rocky returned here in 1963 with his wife Bonnie and daughter Jennifer. Their 4 children are all Suffield alums, and Hillary is my partner in leading the school. Rocky is a legend. He has a beautiful dormitory named in his honor on our campus. And most importantly, he has genuinely helped and inspired hundreds, if not thousands, of Suffield students. Rocky has a fascinating ability to make students feel good about themselves and then get them to reach levels they never realized were possible in their thinking and productivity. From teaching history, philosophy, and leadership to coaching skiing, football, track, and running a dorm for more than 3 decades, to founding our solo program, Rocky's impact on this academy has been truly immense. Fortunately, he will keep at it and inspire many more Suffield students, but I would like to ask you to please join me today in thanking and recognizing Dave Rockwell on this wonderful career milestone. Thank you. As we close our commencement, let me share some brief final remarks with the members of the class of 2014. First, we are proud of you, and we have high expectations of you as you move on. I'm optimistic you will have fruitful and interesting life journeys, and I appreciate your many contributions to our school. As you head off, try to remember a few ideas we've sought to instill in you. First, an important way to evaluate your life is by the distance you travel, as students and as people. So work hard. I think you'll find your destiny will be more a function of effort than intellect. Second, always be yourselves and be proud of who you are. Third, remember to love. Love is good. Don't be afraid to show your love to your parents, your siblings, and your friends. And finally, as I told you last night, I ask that you keep in mind Henry James's words as you write your life stories. 3 things in human life are important, James noted. The first is to be kind. The second is to be kind. And the third is to be kind. We close this celebration each year by quoting Robert Frost, who wrote, "Home is the place where, when you have to go there, they have to take you in." Suffield extends this offer to you, and we hope you will return often, like the many alums who have come to watch you graduate today. Members of the class of 2014, we salute you, and we wish you well. After we remove this podium, and only then, this bell will be available for ringing. Congratulations, everybody, and thank you for being here.
a bigger smile.
No boots.
No boots. Don't worry. 1, 2, 3. Don't 1, 2, 3. Do you want to hop in? Anybody else? That's it? You don't want me. Yeah, you want to hop in? You got the You have to hold the pocketbook and the crutches. Okay. Okay, guys, real close. Nice big smile. 1, 2, 3. Great smile. 1, 2, 3. Amazing. One photo of all you guys. Yeah, I'm setting them up. Hop in there, guys. Hop in there. Okay, guys, real close. Nice work. Nice big smiles. Hide the collar. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. One more time for the smile. Thank you. Here we go, guys. 1, 2, 3. Amazing. Thank you. Good job. That way. I don't want to get the flag. Again, sorry about the bell. Glasses in your right hand. Here we go. Diploma? Yes, show it off. Nice work. Look at this guy. Great smile. 1, 2, 3. A little more happiness, please, young man. Here we go, guys. Great job. Don't move. Last one. And just the brothers together? Is that cool? The younger brother is very excited. A little turning, a little curling, a lot of love. You want guys to have to do your chairs or no? Here we go, guys. Good smiles. One more time. 1, 2, 3. Don't move. One more time, guys. Don't move. Looking good. 1, 2, 3. And entire group.
Oh, entire group?
Sure, entire group. If you want. You made the trip, right? Huh? You made the trip. You might as well go in there. All the way from Florida. Yeah. This is no joke.
And I'm going to get it.
Yeah, you're in that. You're on deck. Okay, guys. Time to get You totally got that. Brothers switch spots. Amazing work. Real close, guys. Don't worry about anything else. We're all good. Dad, hang in there.